Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to World of Warcraft Legion. Now, we're back in the Hall of Shadows because we know that Lord Ravenholt has summoned us for some sort of task or some sort of problem, so let's go ahead and talk to the boss here.
What is it?
It is good that Valera was able to find you so quickly. There's something important that you must immediately attend to.
Until next time.
The Uncrowned work behind the scenes, pulling strings here, snipping others there. It's a matter of making the right choices at the right time in the most elegant manner possible. We have all decided that you need to recruit some shadows to send out on our most important missions. People that you can trust, or at least that you can trust to get the job done. Might I suggest that you start with Garona and Vanessa? It should prove interesting if nothing else, considering recent events. Recruit Garona Half-Orcan and Vanessa Van Cleef as your first champions.
Was that all?
Sounds like a plan. I mean, we got Vanessa here, who is still knelt before us. After all that, you want me as your champion. Vanessa gives you a look of disbelief as she takes a moment before replying. Fine, but I do things my way. Agreed? Now, this means that we are recruiting followers, and they can actually join us out on the field if we feel so inclined. And we can put them on missions for all kinds of good stuff. And here's Garona, which if you watch the Warcraft movie and don't know a whole lot about her, let's see what she looks like here in the game. Alright, she looks basically just like a female orc. They haven't really done anything to her model yet, but her armor looks awesome.
Serve no one.
Garona spins one of her razor-sharp blades around her fingers before deftly sheathing it at her waist. As long as there's a challenge to the kill, I'm game for whatever little missions you have in mind.
Good choice. Just don't call me champion. Ever.
Yeah, I hear you. So now we actually get to use the mission board, which is over here next to our female goblin friend from earlier. There you are.
Yeah, what do you want?
So, I guess I'll be hanging out with Vanessa here a lot. Don't you worry about nothing. She and I are going to be besties. Say, you got a moment? Word on the street is that you're looking to recruit some more, shall we say, unsavory types. I know just the woman. No, not me, though. I could probably do it, but not as well as Lonika Stillblade, or Lonika Stillblade. Yeah, that Lonika, the one who founded the School of Roguery in Shatrith City. So, let's send Vanessa out there to Outland and have her make Lonika an offer she can't refuse. Or, give her a legit job at a nice location for her rogue academy. Use the scouting map and complete the mission, A More Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy. Haha! You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. And see, here's the mission right here. We'll normally have a lot of them going down here that offer different stuff. If we see a exclamation point, that means it's regarding the rogue quest line. So, right here, to attract new rogues, thieves, and other sundry scoundrels, you need to make Lonika Stillblade an offer she can't refuse. Send Vanessa Van Cleef. So we have, this is the boss who's kind of in the way of us completing our mission. Her name is Riftweaver Davis, and she's powerful, and she's countered by an outlaw. So we have someone with the outlaw ability in Vanessa.
Let's talk more action.
And because of that, she has a 100% chance of completing the mission. And actually, she is going to be done with that in 2 minutes. Normally, they take hours to complete, but since this is the first one, it'll go ahead and be all nice and quick for us. So, 1 sec. Taking a dance break here. We should be just seconds away from having that completed. It's like staring at a toaster. Time goes by a whole lot slower. There we go. Good job, Vanessa. So she gains XP, and we get Lonika Stillblade. And it says, check back later for more missions. Now, we can also assign ourselves a bodyguard, or people with different abilities. Like Garona here, if we assign... Garona will occasionally come to aid you in combat, hurling a poison vial beneath your enemy's feet and dealing great damage. And Vanessa can accompany me as a straight-out guardian. But she doesn't seem to be particularly good company, so you know what? We're just going to go ahead and leave that lie at the moment. Let's talk to Nikki. gold. The rogues, thieves, and cutthroats are going to start rolling in. Nikki looks over at Vanessa and says in a whisper, maybe we'll even get some unemployed Defias to sign up? Too soon? That was Vanessa's pirate order. Great. Sounds like she's already settled in. That's good, because we're going to need some fresh meat for the grinder. You should mosey over and see if she's got any thieves just lying around taking up space. Speak with Lonica and train a gang of bandits. Now, the cool thing about this compared to Warlords of Draenor is you can actually recruit cannon fodder, each class can, to go ahead and help people out on missions and increase their chances of success without necessarily sending some of your top operatives.
I am listening.
Train a squad of troops which can accompany champions on missions to increase the chance of success. So we'll recruit all. And that'll take 5 seconds. Man, I wish it was like this all the time. And this banner is going to show up as soon as it's done. And there we are. It went quickly this time, but in the future, it will take longer. Indeed it will. We're getting all the good stuff taken care of.
Time is money, friend.
I saw. Not the healthiest looking bunch, but I'm sure they'll do in a pinch. Regardless, they'll be out with Vanessa and Garona. What could go wrong? Oh, you had to say something. You heard of Windstone Wolf, right? Of course you have. Who hasn't? So while you were off gabbing with the head mistress, Lord Ravenhold graced me with his presence. In the flesh. I didn't think he'd ever come out of that chamber. Any hoodles, he more than suggested, in that way of his, that we send Garona, Vanessa, and our new merry gang of bandits off to have a little chat with the wolf at Ravenhold Manor. Just make sure they're nice and civil, or that's the last we'll see of them. So we need to complete the Big Bad Wolf mission. And that's an 8-hour quest, as you can see. So, we send, because we got demons here that need Outlaw to counter, and Fell Surge, which increases the mission duration unless we have something to counter it. So it's an 8-hour quest. So if we put Vanessa in there,
More action.
then it becomes a 4-hour quest. We'll throw Garona in there. And the gang of bandits, you see it has some hearts here. That shows how many times they can be used before we have to recruit more of them. And 100% chance. And there we go. So I'll have to come back to that. And now I believe we can head back to Aszuna and see what else that we can do there. So I'll see you guys there. So while we do have some quests that we need to continue here, I really want to find out what that Maritime Law quest is. So we're just leaving Dalaran, as you can see, and we should be flying right to the site where that quest is going to be, and we'll find out what exactly is going on. Because Maritime Law sounds sufficiently piratey. Whoa, there was a quest on that island. Interesting. Because there's no island down there. Oh. Hold on a second, guys. May have to take another detour. I want to see what that is. How do we get up there? I have an idea, but it's not a very smart one. As you guys can probably... Shackles Den. Yeah, this sounds like a pirate operation, if I've ever heard one. So let me get back to Dalaran real quick, and so we can check out what exactly that quest was on the island. So I think I found the jump-off point, but before we head there, it looks like we have a quest here in the Violet Citadel. And it's Khadgar. I'm trying to remember what exactly this is.
There is much to be done.
Shadowblade Swindlegear, thank you for coming. I have a matter of some urgency that requires your unique talents. The Order of the Silver Hand have reported that an extraordinary luminescent object has emerged from the Fellstorm and is currently falling towards the coast of Suramar. What I find most curious about this occurrence is that the object was reported as having cut a swath through the Fellstorm itself. Will you investigate? There's a griffin awaiting your arrival at Cross's Landing. Find the mysterious light-bound object. Oh, that's going to be fun. I do remember that from playing that on my main. But let me show you guys what we got to do here. Now, I've never seen this before, so it's kind of interesting to me how we're going to do this. And I think we might be able to make it, but it's going to take some crackerjack timing. there is the island in question. Alright. And apparently there is the quest there. Obviously you can't make the jump because, well, for obvious reasons. So here's what I'm going to do, and this may be really, really stupid, but thanks to some applications of goblin engineering, I have a underlay on my cape that causes a parachute to pop, and we'll see if we can glide. So, 1, 2, and this doesn't increase speed in any way, but it makes me feel better. 3. Oh, it's going to be close. How about that? Dunk. Margos's Retreat. Conjurer Margos.
Good day to you.
Interested in some magic fishing? Sounds good, right? Oh, it's the fishing trainer. Well, crap. How'd you end up out here? Ah, well, that's neither here nor there at this point. What matters is that I need your help. I see you have some experience fishing. Think you could put that skill to good use for me? Fish up a drowned mana for Conjurer Margos.
Safe travel. Hey there.
Well, what do you have? Arcane Lure? Oh, it's currency. Replace your fishing gobber with a squeaky duck, stingray pup, and brine deep bottom feeder. Requires Conjurer Margos best friend. Weird.
See you later.
I didn't know you could do this. Let's just try and fish up this one thing and see what exactly is going on here. And looks like we can also talk to him for a teleport back to Dalaran if we so wish. And since I don't have water walking on this character, I think that'll probably be best. As you can see, my fishing is at 20. I haven't done a whole lot of fishing with your Swindlegear. It's not really his thing, especially with the eye patch and the whole piracy thing. Though I guess with piracy, he would know fishing. A lot of pirates knew how to fish, and fish very well, because that was one of their primary sources of food that wasn't hardtack. At least historically. So come on, as you can see here, you right click as soon as the bobber goes down. And, oh wow, I just have a stick. I don't even have a proper fishing pole on this character. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm probably going to have to fix that. Especially being an engineer, having to use a stick. What are you? Trashy, level 100 critter. I don't think I should kill you, though. I have the option to. And I don't think you have pockets to pick. This is very strange. We got Blythe. That's a good name for a pet. Named after the captain from Mutiny on the Bounty. Okay. So I'm not going to just sit here and fish because that is... And yeah, he whispers, fishing? Really? We came all the way over here.
How are you?
So go ahead and teleport me back here. That was an interesting detour. I'm going to have to do that on my main, because my main does a lot of fishing. Okay, back to business. So here we are at Shackles Den. We got the Maritime Law quest right there, but we also have a unique encounter. Looks to be on the wreckage of this ship. Smuggler Brute. Ah, okay, we're dealing with smugglers. Now there is a distinction. I see a treasure chest glowing, which means something is probably guarding that treasure chest. But let's see. Disputed treasure. Let's get ready for a fight. Eh? Oh, okay. Wish they were all that easy. Without a fight at all. I guess that would actually suck in a PvP zone, because everyone would be attacking each other. Mr. Shackle, Salvor Master.
What can I do for you?
Don't think of us as smugglers. Instead, refer to us as professional salvors. We're salvage experts. We specialize in flotsam, jetsam, lagging, derelicts, and of course, exotic archaeological recovery. Oh, and by the way, you might want to steer clear of the temple area to the south. I and my men investigating some salvage opportunities, and I wouldn't want you to be confused for a competitor. Mr. Shackle makes the sign of the uncrown, gives you a secret handshake, and then winks. Stay as long as you like, Mr. Swindlegear. Maritime Law. I like this guy. Good sir, a moment of your time. My fellow salvors and I couldn't help but notice a long ship that ran aground in the storm last night. Pity about its crew. Mr. Shackles makes empathetic gestures. Still, law's the law. The Maritime Code is quite clear on the matter. If you find yourself out of the way, would you mind terribly checking in on my acquisition scout, Looper? I would have expected him back for tea some time ago. Find Looper Allen near the ship that runs aground on the east side of Makrana. I think that's actually a Forsaken warship, because I think we flew over it. Making the world safe for profit. Might I ask a small favor, my friend? These creatures in the tide pools to the east are starting to frighten me. Our efforts to trade with them have been rebuffed at every turn with aggression. It's not good, neither for running a business nor for profit. Sadly, I must admit the time for talk has come to an end. Might you be willing to serve as my representative in dealing with the denizens of Makra and their queen? I can assure you that your efforts will be rewarded. That word. Kill 12 Giblin and or Makrua and slay their leader, Queen Krakla. And we'll be able to get nothing. Binds muck-covered shoes. Fresh out of a mudline crate. Who knows what lies under the muck?
See you later.
That actually might be something, a cosmetic feature that we can use for transmogging in the future. Well, looks like all this over here, we've pretty much discovered this entire area except for this southern island. Should we go ahead? Nah, let's go ahead and let's not keep on getting distracted. We've done that enough already this episode. Temple of 1,000 Lights. So, pirates helping smugglers. This is a normal thing. Kind of reminds me of the shipwrecked sailors. The Giblin and Makrua of Makrana have captured the Forsaken sailors from the nearby shipwreck. The sailors are being treated very poorly. It looks like a rescue operation is in order. Rescue 10 Queen's reprisal sailors. Oh yeah, definitely got to save Sylvanus' crewmen. That's going to look really good on the old resume. That's one. And doesn't look like there's a whole lot of enemies on this beach currently. Maybe they just cleared out. Oh, Bitter Brine Venomer. Now these are Gilblins. These are a different type of goblin. So I'm actually going to be, I guess, shanking some long-lost cousins. Which is unfortunate, but that's business. Oh, hi. We were just talking about you. Boop. Fresh meat for the grinder. We've got a rare encounter. It looks like it's up there on top of that hill. Now, I always try to hit these when I see them because it keeps me from having to backtrack. And especially if I'm trying to go for like completion on some of these characters. I do that primarily on my main, but I think a lot of these achievements are actually shared between everyone.
You're not from the ship.
It's actually funny because I had a friend of mine, he started like really playing and running with us last night since it was Labor Day and everyone could play without having to go to sleep because of work commitments and such. And he was talking about how he thought a lot of stuff in the game was kind of hard or confusing, and I just kind of chuckled. Some of us who've been playing like during BC or Vanilla or anything, it's like how incredibly easier this game has become since, oh, these are all shadow fiends and all kinds of nastiness. We're getting distracted again, aren't we? Ah, well. The Oracle. Okay, Barbara Gordon. And you have no pockets to pick because you're ghostly. And I can't even sap you, so... I guess we will just stick with killing you and see what happens here. Oh, she can do a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and pop our heal. Now, to be fair, a lot of our damage is also due to using the dread blades. Easy there, now. Now, using the flintlock when it flashes like that on the hotbar awards 2 combo points. So, that's actually very, very handy. Especially if Roll the Bones didn't really give you what you needed. And you can just keep the damage going like so. Order resources and Valiant's Glory. More upgrades. We'll get the dread blades all nice and nastified in no time. Alright, back to business. Still got some sailors here that need saving. And these guys technically count as a race. They have their own civilization. Most of the time you just figure they're just lobster people hanging out on the beach. Not the case. They have a tribal civilization and Zoidberg people, I guess. There you go. Don't have to bow near the crab person anymore. If you want some seafood, though, feel free. That's one thing I'm kind of sad about. Living here in West Texas, I don't trust eating seafood from anywhere, except for like Long John Silver's or places that I know aren't necessarily seafood in the strictest sense. But to actually eat like real seafood, I will not eat seafood unless it's on the coast, because I have been burned too many times eating seafood inland, and it's just not working out for me. And it looks like there's a rare encounter, Chief Bitterbrine, and the person that we need to talk to, Looper. But let's go ahead and... Ooh, you have a chest. I don't think we can open that chest, though, unfortunately. See, like, some of these guys actually talk like goblins, and then some of them talk like Gollum, so... I think they're a little bit more inbred, for lack of a better term, than good old Swindle here. I wonder what's on that ship. That is definitely a Forsaken warship. We actually have to use that at the beginning, or we actually have to board those things and defend them in the beginning of the Stormheim questline, if we ever decide to go over there in the series. I have been asked, though, what my kind of end game is here. It's like how long we're going to go with this daily Warcraft series, and my answer is, I don't know. They talk like kobolds, the take candle. Man, that sucks that we can't get into any of these crates. I feel gypped. So we have 5 more of these guys to kill, and 4 more sailors to rescue. And then we'll take care of the Queen and see what's on that warship, and I think that should be good for the day. Not seeing any more Forsaken soldiers. I actually feel bad for the Forsaken, considering that they're dead, depending on how exactly they decomposed. What it would be like when it rained. You know, like, what's their consistency? Is it more mummified, or, I guess, juicy? Ugh. I always tried to give my Forsaken, like, names like bile or pus or something like that. Not particularly dignified, I know, and they're supposed to be dignified. They're just people who were raised up from the dead. But I think some Forsaken are... It's very similar to Vampire the Masquerade, really. Oh, wait a minute, they're killing the... Ack! There's a rare mob right there. Here. Oh, they killed him. Or no, he's split in 2. Maybe we can catch him. Tide Behemoth. Let's fire the cannons. And it looks like this might be like a multiple encounter fight, which is interesting. Fighting giant, like, sea worms, I assume is probably a sailor's worst nightmare. Especially if they hear all the stories about, like, krakens and giant squid. Though, I guess the kraken could be interpreted as a giant squid. And... are we good? Oh my lord. Alright, Blade Fury is now up. We're doing multiple damage, and we have friends, so that's good. This is turning into quite a little schmaz. I'm keeping the camera... is it done? Yes! There we go. Some nice order resources. I guess it's weird because these guys must be injured because there's no one here trying to subjugate them. So, like, what's your excuse? Aw. It's a dead killer whale? Or some sort of Warcraft equivalent? Oh, Swindlegear is from a ship, but not the ship you're probably comfortable with. One more. I thought I saw some down here in the water. They are crab people, after all. And 2 more sailors to rescue. There we go. Spindle's doing his part to clean up the gene pool. And that should be our last one. There we go. Alright. Now, 2 more Forsaken Sailors. There's one. And then we can go ahead and board the ship. And see what we got going there. This is more Swindle style. Shipwreck, sailors. Weird inbred goblin pirates. What is that? Oh, that's just a normal warrior. You did what you could, and that's all that anyone can really ask. Isn't that the truth? Now, wait a minute. We had to go kill their queen, didn't we? Where is that? Deal with queen... well, I guess we may have to hold on to the ship at the beginning of the next episode. We have a queen to deal with. Aggressive negotiations. That's an elder. Oh wow, the queen's well protected. And wait a minute. Are you... where are you? Is there a cave down here I should be aware of? Because they're indoors. Ah, there is a cave. Okay. I'm getting water in the engine. That can't be healthy for it. Let's go ahead and sprint. Oh, I forgot sprint doesn't actually do anything to swim speed. Derp. And looks like someone just got here. But we do have a Oublion, making the world safe for profit. I guess that's who we need to take out. Maybe the Queen's bodyguard. Laystone seam sample for Dalaran. Awesome. So let's wait here for 1 sec. So it looks like we're not dealing with the Queen so much as just the bodyguard, whatever you are. Level 100 demon. Oublion. Yoink. And we're just going to take care of you, but good. And I know this episode is running a little bit long, but I think we can make a exception for some good old demon killing. Let's pop out some health and turn off... No, we did. We turned off Blade Fury. Yeah, we did. Wanted to make sure. Can you... Oh. Oh, the Queen has gotten to the fight. Holy crap. That's weird. So they're fighting in tandem. Because I thought we were just having to fight the bodyguard and she would back down. Nope, she is a fighting sort. That's cool. You got like a ruler who takes a hands-on approach. Alright, that's the Queen dead. Now it's you, my demon friend. And I have an ability called Cloak of Shadows, which makes me break out of anything that I am not particularly fond of being in. Makes for some very quick escapes. And I just got some good buffs with Roll the Bone, so this is not going to last too much longer. I don't think, at least. Don't kick you before you can imprison me again. And normally these quest mobs do have more life than the average bear, so... But what are these guys doing with demons? No telling. But maybe we'll find out in the next episode, guys. We're going to head to that shipwreck and see what trouble we can get into there with the salvage operation for the smugglers. And we'll see what else happens. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.